And going back to something you said that really resonated with me, that you don't know essentially what you don't know. And I, at the tender age of 51 now, soon to be 52, I'm still learning, but I can look back over my life and I remember all of the, not exclusively women, but mainly women, who, when I was, I made a faux pas or, just a misstep, they gently kind of pulled me aside and said, Elsa, that's not the correct way to do X, or that, you may want to consider, another way of saying Y, in a very, diplomatic way. And of course, like my first reaction, particularly when I was a youngster, a teen, I felt like, oh my God, what did I do? And you feel awkward, but in retrospect, you're so thankful for the people that loved you enough to gently correct. And whether it's, etiquette in speech, in what you wear in certain situations, and we can get into like people's like, oh, well, you're being too conservative or you're being too rigid. But as you said, to use your words, there are rules of engagement, and there's a purpose for that. And we're gonna talk about that a little bit later on. But tell us how your etiquette coaching journey started. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day and say, I want to be an etiquette coach? I'm not only an electrical engineer, but I want to be an etiquette coach. How did that journey start for you?
Well, I was married, and unfortunately, I'm no longer married. But through marriage, we had a very large family. We had 6 children. We still have 6 children. And the youngest and the oldest were girls, and the 4 middle children, boys. So the baby girl, I wanted her to have an opportunity to grow up and have some girl experiences. So I started a mentoring program when my daughter was 8. She's now 22. So everything really started with the mentoring program for girls, which it was her and a few friends. And then those friends told a friend, and then those friends, they shared it with a friend, and the program just grew. And from the age of 8 until they turned 14, some of the girls were repeat attendees, and the program just grew into not just mentoring, but then it grew into hosting classes for other people, other individuals, other organizations like the Girl Scouts. And then it went to colleges, Coppin State University, University of Maryland, the LEAD program. Then a hotel would call and say, well, can you do a training for our Hilton Honors Hotel, no less. Can you do a training for our professionals? And then we went to Blacks in Government and taught training there. So it just grew out of that one desire to help my daughter and her friends have a good time on their journey to womanhood. And I'm just so grateful that I had a daughter and have a daughter, that I was able to share that and then have her friends experience the same things, because the mentoring program was basic etiquette, but it was fun. It was fun for the girls. We always went on excursions, and they didn't realize they were learning because they were having so much fun. But we did everything, and some of them still keep in contact. Most of them still keep in contact with me today. And that's such an honor. But that was the catalyst, really. After getting the book and starting the mentoring program, the rest is really history.